Who made this shit?
Tay made the beat.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to another episode of HearSAy.
Hello,
It's been
everybody.
a little minute. Had a whole lot of bullshit going on. You know what I'm saying? Between birthday trip, getting stuck, snowstorm we had.
SOS.
No, it has been crazy.
This
That
boy,
was
this
crazy.
boy was stuck in Dallas for a fat minute. For a fat minute during that snowstorm, man.
A lot of people showed me their true colors.
Yeah, man. Like that
Talking
shit.
like people wasn't stranded. As
Not for
That shit.
everybody was stranded.
Nah, but just imagine
show their
though.
true colors. Some people show their true colors.
But just imagine though, like if to anyone who went through that shit, they lost power, or whatever. You at least home.
Mm-hmm.
Jameson was not even home. Jameson was like at a hotel, no food. Like I was so
Bro.
happy when I saw Kareem came through. Shout out to Kareem.
Nah, for
Yeah,
real.
shout out to Kareem,
Because
man.
Kareem real for that. And then Brendan came through too for you, right?
Yeah, I had to catch an Uber to his spot. I stayed at his spot, but basically I was staying at the hotel for a day, and then I extended a day, and then because I just was playing it by ear, thinking I was gonna get out the next day, maybe the next day, because my flight kept getting rescheduled and canceled, and I was thinking maybe I was gonna get out, so I didn't extend. And then when I tried to extend that second day, going into the third day, they was like, "Oh, not like the hotel full." So I was like, "Oh my goodness, where I'm finna go?" Because all the hotels in like Irving were like 100% full. So I was like, okay, what am I finna do? So I hit up Brendan, hit up Mark Jackson. I was like, whoever hit me back first. So that's where I'm going. So Brendan came through, ended up responding. I caught an Uber to his spot. That jump was like $80.
Damn.
Yeah. And yeah, once I caught that Uber, I was just kind of stuck there. We was staying there. We wasn't really moving around a whole lot. We was getting power every other hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, you know, they was throttling the power, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a all around, like, I'm appreciative for them for sure, because that was clutch. But like, that was an experience I just don't ever, I don't wish that on my worst
Nah, that
enemy.
shit sucks.
Because like,
Bro, it was
just,
horrible.
just not being like, you know, feeling so close to home, but yet being so far away. And the fact that you not in a city, because like I've been to Houston a few times. I've been to Dallas like one time, like my brother when they was playing in the state championship that one year. But like other than that, I ain't been to Dallas. It's always been on I was going for like a game to like see in Jerry's World and like come back. I went to the Clemson Notre Dame game there, so I didn't know anything about Dallas. I was just kind of like in a foreign area, it felt like. So I was just kind of like, I don't know, not like worried or apprehensive, but I was just kind of like on edge the whole time, like wondering where's my next meal gonna come, like is my phone gonna be able to charge, is, you know what I'm saying, how my people doing back home. So I don't know, it was just a eye-opening experience and just making me realize how grateful, you know, we are to have power all the time and stuff
for
like
real.
Nah,
that.
for real.
'Cause
It was crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
and I was kind of worried too, like at the time, but we ran out of power for a good amount of time. Like it throttled at first, and then it just shut off, bro. And we had no power. My phone was dead, all that, so I couldn't even text. And even when the power was on and my phone was charged, I still couldn't text. Like the cellular service wasn't working for some reason.
Yeah, like
like
something was wrong with the towers.
I
for
guess
real.
somewhat like so many people were on that shit that it just didn't work. I don't know, but yeah, I couldn't even hit my people up because I wanted to check on you and T, and I couldn't even hit y'all up and shit. Like it was over, man. Like you make sure everyone's straight.
I'll never go on a trip again without doing like a 10-day forecast. From
Word.
the day I'm leaving, the places I'm stopping and where I'm going. I want to know it all now, because first of all, I knew Colorado was going to be cold. I didn't know it was going to be that cold. So I remember one day, like I went out there I was returning like the Turo car before we got the other one. I went out there. It was like 7-something in the morning. I forgot my gloves, bro. This pinky's still numb. Like I've been telling you about this. Like this pinky is still a little numb. Like I can feel it and stuff, and it's all good. Like I can move it around and stuff. But I'm like, dang, like just going outside without gloves for like 15 minutes, bro. It was like -6 was the coldest it got when we was there. So it was just ridiculous, bro. But if I had known that. I didn't know it was a storm, because people in Colorado, they was somewhat tripping. They was like, dang, it's usually not this cold, or like it's usually not this bad. And it made me think, dang, it's a winter storm, fool. Because I was just thinking, shit, it's Colorado. You know what I'm saying? God listening, he know I'm in town for the birthday. He like, yeah, let me give him some snow. Let me give him something to experience. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me put something on top of the mountains. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, cool, word. But coming back to Dallas, bro, like when I seen the snow on the ground in Texas, I was like, oh, they not finna know how to act. Like, it's a wrap. So yeah, it was just a situation I hope we don't never go through again, because people say, oh, well, if it happens again, we'll be prepared. We're not.
No, it's gonna take them a good minute to
Well,
get us all
I
prepared
think
for that.
They
type
treated
of
the
shit.
grocery stores worse than COVID. Worse than COVID when toilet paper and stuff was going.
I think if people are prepared, it's gonna be like actual people being prepared. Like, I plan on having some type of generator, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. But I don't know. It's like, I think it's gonna happen again. I think it's gonna be more frequent, because if you look at the previous years, like the big snowstorms that Texas has,
Mm-hmm.
the years between them keep decreasing, right? So they're more prevalent now,
Yeah.
and they continue to become more prevalent as time goes on. So I think shit like that is going to be more common, and Texas is going to have to get used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, most definitely.
Yeah, it's just going to be something that happens. So
Shit, I know for me at least, like whenever we had got back, because me and Mike flew into Houston actually, and my mom, shout out to my mom, she came down there and picked us up, and it was, you know, the trip down to Houston from here probably takes like 3.5 hours maybe. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it took my mom 6 hours to get down there to get us. It took us like 5.5 to get back. We was on the highway, bro, like, because I flew out of Denver, I want to say at 7 or 8 in the morning their time, so it was like mad early here. It was like 6. So whenever I got to the airport, my mom was telling me, she was like, yeah, I'm getting on the road right now, and she didn't get there until like 30 minutes after we landed. So it took her a little minute. I didn't really believe, well, I believed the roads were icy, but you don't realize it because we were just on the trip. And in Colorado, they're prepared for all that type of stuff. Like every morning when we woke up, yeah, it's snowing and stuff, but the streets are like good. We was never out there like slipping, about to bust our ass or nothing like that. But when we came back here, it's like a damn apocalypse, boy. Like there's no lights, no nothing. Like cars sliding. I'm seeing like cars spun, like going down 1604. This car spun out on the side of the road, like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the hell?
Watching someone when you were driving and they try to turn and they end up doing like a complete like donut, bro. Like they just like spinning. That shit
People
was,
don't know how to drive.
that
fool.
shit was so funny, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I know they freaking out in the moment, but like just seeing how slow it was. Like they would try to make that turn, and nah, bro, that car was not cooperating. Like your shit was doing
Yeah,
circles.
It's starting to heat up though now.
Yeah, it's getting hot now.
Outside starting to open, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vaccines starting to get going. Everybody's starting to get them. It's looking more accessible for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I even got, you know what I'm saying? I even got pieced up and got hit with it yesterday. I got hit with the first dose. Got that Pfizer pack, by the way. I heard it's better than Moderna. So whoever got that Moderna,
I heard in May all adults are going to be eligible for it, because right now it's like first come, first serve, elderly, young people. But I heard in May it's going to be like open to everybody. Like anyone can go get that hoe. So
yeah, I mean, shout out to my mom for signing that up. And it was crazy because for the longest time, like I waited until like the very last hour. And because they was like, okay, if we get it as a family, like we registered to get it, are you going to get it? And I was like, I don't know. Because my thing was, who knows the long-term effects of the shot? Nobody. Like, I'm not saying that, like, something's going to happen years down the line, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? So, that was
are you getting a shot, Trey? You going to get it?
I don't know. I need further evaluation.
I talked to a lot of people, like, that had it. My boy, my LB, his mom is a nurse at a hospital in South Carolina. I talked to some people. One of my other LBs, his grandparents got the shot, and they like felt fine, like they got both doses. And so I don't know. It just was like, okay. I kind of like was my nervousness was kind of quelled when I seen that people was getting it and they were fine. So I was like, okay, let me just see about it, because I was seeing some people was like getting COVID after they got the shot, and I was like, well, what the hell is the point? Because it's not like they inject you with they don't inject you with the live virus, so like you wouldn't test positive or nothing,
right?
But I was just like, dang, like how? But it's more so just like how the flu shot, like the flu shot, you can still get the flu, like even though you do get your flu shot, it's just you got a less likely chance, or it's not gonna be as bad on you.
Mm-hmm. And it wants your body to create the antibodies, right, for it, so that way if
it's easier
you
to fight off.
It just fights it off quick. You know what I mean?
Dang.
But that's the question, though. Do you think it's mutating? I mean, they say there's a new strain in the UK and then a new strain in
Like
Africa. So
Yeah,
and
I
they're saying
believe
they're
it.
more deadly. So
I
do
believe it.
you think the vaccine is useless, like the flu vaccine is, like how you need a new one every year because of how it mutates? Like, do you think basically the vaccine you just took right now is going to be useless come summer because there's going to be a new strain of COVID? You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't
like-
think it would be useless because think of it this way: if somebody gets the COVID vaccine right now and they have a new version of COVID coming out, your body's already not immune, but it has those antibodies to be able to fight off the coronavirus. So whenever it fights off this new one, it'll fight back a little bit harder than it would like if you didn't have that shot. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll get fucked up with that, like the new strong virus. But if you got those antibodies in your body already, I feel like there's a good chance that you might be able to fight it off, or like just give it some problems. You know what I'm
up a
saying?
little bit less.
Yeah. You know, it'd be
like
easy. It'd be
yeah.
easy recovery process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. It's scary. It's a scary thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a scary thought.
But back. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you
No, you
again.
good,
But
bro,
back to
you
what
good.
you were saying, like when you asked me if I was gonna get it, it's not that like I'm like anti-COVID shot or anything like that. But it's just I want to wait to like he was saying, like I want to wait to just see how it like pans out and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because we haven't had enough. I mean, we've had enough tests go out, but we haven't had enough time go by to really get like a, you know, like a scale to look at to be like, okay, this is how many people got it. This is the results they've got. This is what I know is for sure is probably going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I just know the type of person I am. I don't really be going out like that. I wear my mask everywhere I go. I know the likelihood of me getting it, hopefully, I mean, the likelihood of me getting it is low because I kind of just, I take care of myself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I stay out the way. So I feel like I can trust myself enough to not get the shit until I can find out more information about it, because I want to, if it works, yeah, I'm all for it. I want to get it, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm sure it does work.
Yeah, I was definitely sore, bro. I felt like somebody took a meat cleaver to my shit. Like
Meat cleaver.
Yes, bro. Like it said, like somebody hammered my shit, like in my left arm.
Pause.
And it didn't like at the time. Pause. I didn't take at the time, like when like she did it, like it didn't even really feel like much. Like it felt like a little pinch, but like even like, you know, some shots you would kind of feel like the needle go in.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, dang, but like it really didn't feel that bad. I was just kind of like, okay, word. So I don't know. I'm gonna see what the second dose talking like. They said we gotta wait 28 days to get the second dose. So hopefully after this second dose, it don't make me feel nothing. 'Cause I had a little light headache too. That's something else I noticed. I had a little light headache yesterday as well. So I don't know. Other than that, the side effects been straight. But I don't know. Shit, what you think this summer gonna be one of them ones? 'Cause it's looking like the way everything opening up, if they plan to get everybody eligible to get a vaccine and make it accessible for everybody by May, June, July, and August is looking like go mode.
I think, you know what I think
What
might
you think?
happen? You know what
And I
might
think I
happen?
need to take a trip because I was supposed to take a trip to Bora Bora. I ain't mean to cut you off,
No,
but
you
I'm
good.
just so
Yeah,
mad
you
that my
good, you
trip
good.
to Bora Bora got canceled when I was
You
supposed to
good.
go like May 2020, like for graduation. But yeah, so what you thinking the summer trajectory looking like?
I'm thinking like it's low key a setup.
Yes.
Because the way I think
yes.
about it is if they're thinking, okay, they're about to start opening shit back up, they're making these vaccines more easily accessible for people, and in their mind, they might already know that, okay, this vaccine is not going to like totally like make them immune to the coronavirus, but it's going to be kind of like the flu shot. It's going to make it, their chances of getting it and having a full recovery with no problems is going to be like way more likely than it is without the shot. So with everybody going out and getting it, they're saying, oh, damn, hey, free shots or whatever the case may be, making people want to go get it. And then once these people get it, they be like, oh, I got the shot. I can go out. I can do whatever I want and all that stuff. And then once all these people go out and they have like all these parties and shit, people might fuck around and start getting that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to look at it as kind of like an experiment. They're gonna be like, all right, let's get them the shot. Let them go out there and start socializing again. Let them kind of get sick again, and let's just see how it affects them. Because if it affects them like it did the first time, we know this shit didn't work. And now we're back at square one. And now we're really like in a situation where it's like, fuck, what are we gonna do? But if they realize like, oh damn, they're out there, they got sick for a couple of days, got over it.
So
Bet
you
we're
think
making
we just
progress.
little pieces in the matrix?
Yeah, I feel like they know what's
We
going
just
on. They
little
know what they're
pawns,
doing.
and they're like, okay, let's go shoot them up, see how the dummies act, see how many heads get it, see how effective the treatment is in terms of recovery or what type of symptoms these people experience, and people especially like with pre-existing conditions and underlying health conditions that, you know, they say that people make more adverse or make people more susceptible to more damaging effects of COVID. So I don't know. I'm eager to see what happens because it seems like a lot of people really don't care at all. Like I've been seeing bars like in South Carolina and shit like open as hell. And, like, people have been like packed in like sardines type shit.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
South Carolina.
Texas is just as bad.
Yeah, people being
It's not
HEB
worse.
unmasked up.
Red ass states.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they
I mean,
bad.
I'm just saying it's just as bad, but like, I haven't seen like huge ass bars and shit in Texas, like people all at the bars and shit. But
I mean, but Wednesday was the first day that like it like really opened up. You know what I'm saying? In other states, they might.
I'm
have
saying
been,
before that, like even like during like even like at Clemson, like during football season, like you would see downtown the bars. I'm like, whoa, I know there can't be that many people up in there. But I don't know. Just whenever I see pictures and settings and stuff like that, I'm like, stuff that used to be normal 2 years ago, it gives me anxiety now to see. And I'm just like, dang, when are we ever gonna get to that point where it's not something that drives like nerves through the ceiling, like to where you can
2-3
see
years.
a big setting and be like, man, let's go.
2-3
Like, you know what I'm
years.
saying? You know, when you used to see those like big mixes and big functions, and you kind of like pulling up prime time at the kickback, and you like, okay, it's go time. I mean, you not literally, but you know what I'm saying? You got the drinks flowing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You
got
just
the
like,
nice
you
fit
know, you
on.
like, yeah, it's gonna be
You
a
like,
movie.
bro, it's one of them ones. Like when you
Yeah.
wake up drunk with your same fit on, and you be like, dang, bro, what happened? I need the Pedialyte. Like them nights when you, bro, I'm telling you, bro.
2 or 3
I'm
years.
telling you, undergrad was one of them experiences where it was like, bruh, we was on one.
Just don't get your hopes up for summer. Don't get your hopes up for summer
yeah.
21, because I think I agree a lot with what Trey said. And even if we aren't guinea pigs, I feel like a lot of people are going to be shocked at the different strains of COVID and how they're going to affect people. Even people with the vaccine, I feel like people with the vaccine still going to get new different strains of the virus, and it's still going to affect them in a pretty bad manner. I do think it's going to be less numbers, but I think the numbers are going to catapult once people start being more social again, right? Because even not everyone's going to take the vaccine, right? So even if half the people take the vaccine, everyone's going to become social again. Like, because the people who didn't take the virus either don't care or they're willing to risk it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because at one point, like Trey said, they're going to try to push it to make it accessible to everybody. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. I think it's going to relapse and it's going to rebound, and then we're going to be trying to get it back down again all the way till next year. And I think eventually we'll understand what we're dealing with enough to like make it to where it's like the flu. You know what I'm saying?
Like to add on to what you were saying, because I just had like a little visual representation for it. It's kind of like, you know, when I'm looking at them on like a scale level, it's like, okay, they see the coronavirus is here, and we're trying to figure out exactly what to do to like solve the problem. You know what I'm saying? So they said, all right, fuck it, let's push out these vaccines. Now it's not going to completely like level out the playing field and like wipe out everything and have it back to how it was before, but it's going to do a little bit. It's going to make some progress. And as they see, they're going to be like, oh shit, like, okay, we gave them these vaccines. It didn't really, you know, bring it down. The shit done rose up some more. You know what I'm saying? Like the COVID cases done went up. More people done got it. All right, now that we've got the coronavirus, we see how much progress we've made. Now we know we need to take a few more steps, and boom, they just make even more progress. So not overnight are they going to like level the playing field and, you know, wipe out this whole COVID thing, but gradually as it gets worse, we're going to make more progress. But it's going to sound, I don't know how to word it, but as it gets worse, it won't get worse. You know what I'm saying? It'll become better because they're going to have more things that are going to give us more defense mechanisms, more protocols that they're going to have for it, because we're going to know more. You know what I'm saying? So it may get worse, just like we were talking about earlier with Magic Johnson, shit like that, like AIDS, diseases like those. Now that they know so much about it,
There's cures for all of those, by the way.
Yeah, you
That's
got
my
people
belief.
like
That's my
them who
belief.
can live as long as they have with the disease, you know what I'm saying? Because with the money, like he said, you can have access to these things, but just know that they are out there, you know what I'm saying? Because they have the knowledge and they learned so many things over this point in time. So that's exactly how coronavirus is going to be 5-10 years down the road. Like they're going to have the answers for everything. All these different strains they got, they're going to say, okay, yeah, take this, go do that, you'll be straight. Won't have to worry about it. Because years and years and years ago, somebody got the flu, somebody got chicken pox. Oh, bro, yeah, it's over for you. I ran a wheel or something, bro.
But the question is, are we going to adapt to COVID and let it rule our lives for the future? Or are we going to reach a point where COVID no longer becomes a determining factor in our day-to-day lives? You see what I mean? Like people stop wearing masks. The social distancing isn't a thing anymore. Because that's the big question people have. They want to know, when is stuff going to go back to pre-COVID? And I keep telling people,
it's not, bro.
Never. Like at least 5 years. At least 5 years.
It's going.
Like,
you know what I
least,
think,
bro.
You know what I think, bro. Everybody who like not besides the children right now, of course, but you know, our generation and up, you know what I'm saying, just got out of high school and shit, the people who really were able to experience this shit, we're going to be taking these type of people who really like understand what the fuck this virus is, not the ones who've been anti-mask the whole time, but people who actually take it seriously. We're going to be moving the same way until like we die, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just like old heads now got shit that they was doing back in the day that we look at them and be like, what the hell y'all do that shit for? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just shit that they were raised doing because it was just how it was back in the day. So us, when we go out, we might be 60, 70 years old, going to the store, having a mask on. They're like, damn, why does dude wear a mask everywhere? And then we got to be like, oh shit, well back in 2020, 40, 50 years ago, bro, like we had coronavirus and I don't trust none of y'all.
Bro, that thing gonna be in history books for forever, bro. It's gonna be in history books for forever.
But think about that thought, though. That's basically like Americans being brainwashed. Not just Americans, everybody being brainwashed to wear a mask, right?
Well, it's not even that. It's just being more conscious about it because of the shit we've been through. It's like, all right, I see how people are handling the virus now. Years down the line, when people are coming around and not coming around, but you know, new generations are coming, new kids, and they're not fully, they don't understand it like how we do. Just like we can sit here and we could talk to people our age and younger about, you know, how shit was back in the day during segregation and all that type of stuff. We weren't living back then, but when you talk to your grandparents or your parents who were around back in those days, it's a different perspective because they were actually there. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it'll be hard for the young kids, like my niece and them, when they become our age and we're older, they be like, damn, like, why you always wearing a mask when you go out, Uncle Trey? Like, why you doing this? Why you doing that? And me to sit there and explain it to him, it'll just sound like gibberish. Like, yeah, my uncle, like, he tripping just because back in the day there was, you know, some shit going around and he's wearing a mask everywhere now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
but going off your premise of, like, medicine and stuff getting better and infrastructures and healthcare and stuff getting better, like, what if, like, it's, like, totally, like, not even, like, an afterthought? Like, for us, too. Like, what if we're just, like, that was so long ago. Like, just how, like, Tesla has, like, automatic driving cars now. Like, you would never think, like, when we was in, like, 2005 or something, you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, what if, like, it gets to a point where it's just, like, that thing is so, the damages or the effects of COVID is, like, so minute or so minuscule because they have new vaccines and superficial methods and all these other things, and this is becoming, like, a household thing. Like, you got your flu shot, you get your, like kid babies and stuff get their tetanus and all the other shots, like, everybody get their COVID shot. Like, this is one of the, I feel like it might be one of them things. And I'm not one of them huge proponents of it, but I just feel like the healthcare industry always going to find a way to capitalize off of it, and they're always going to try to find ways to get people to buy into what they got going on, what the CDC has going on, like what Fauci's saying. Like, I just feel like they're always going to try and get people in that herd mentality. So, yeah. Speaking of, I need my stimmy.
Oh, yeah. People been getting their stimmies, man.
By the boatloads. By the boatloads. And I'm wondering.
Buku people, bro. Buku people been getting that.
What list are these MFs on to be getting their stimmy so early? The bill was just signed. It was just signed. How is that shit in your account already?
They're white.
No, I seen black people with it too.
No, I'm just messing with you.
And it's just like people with RBFCU. So I'm like, oh, you in San Antonio with it?
Oh, they crazy.
And I've been seeing people like, I don't know. I've been seeing people talking about, I've been seeing how y'all get y'all stimmies and put like little robber masks, like emojis and little meals. Yeah. I'm like, were you robbing over $1,400, bro?
Shit, I had a homeboy on Snap who said he got 2 stimmies. They hit him with 2 of them.
What?
Yeah, like if you have a dependent, you get another one.
He ain't got one.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, the IRS coming back for that player. So
allegedly.
Yeah. All alleged.
Allegedly.
I got my stimmies like on my tax returns because I didn't get my stimmies from like when it was actually happening. Yeah. So I hope that they don't play with my stimmy and like make me wait till 2022 because that shit'll piss me off, bro. I want my shit right now. I seen someone was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a rental property. I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna buy an LLC and crypto, and I'm gonna save the other half.
Save the other half. I was like, what, bro? Like y'all tripping?
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Did you see the tweets? People were putting the tweets where they're like, I don't want a $1,400 stimmy. I actually want the government to take $1,400 out of my bank account because I just like getting it out the mud. And they were putting a bunch of tweets like that, and then they were like, "Oh, Rock Nation Twitter back at it again," because it be them Jay-Z ass niggas that be saying shit like that. They be like, "Oh, I paid dinner with Jay-Z over $850,000." Like, nigga, what?
Yeah, you tripping on that one?
You tripping?
I love Jay-Z, but The only reason I would say I see your reasoning in picking that is if Jay-Z gives you what if he broke you off a meal during the lunch?
Don't even.
What's the likelihood of that happening?
Okay, but you have.
What's the meal like? What if he break you off something like
You have
tell you
to-
about the next best thing that you just like? Dang, bro, if I did this right now, that could be.
But you have to like
Millions.
go through and think about the probability of the outcome of that happening, and then you have to think if it's worth it to take that risk. Because more likely than not, he's not gonna give you shit. He's just gonna talk to you, and then what?
What if he treats you like a fan? I'd really be sick.
That's what I'm saying. But like,
He just
but dudes be talking. I swear they capping. They can't be serious. They be like 10 million or dinner with Jay-Z. They be picking dinner with Jay-Z. Like, it don't make sense, man. It don't make sense, bro.
Bro, I ain't seen that. That's criminal.
I need the money.
That's criminal, bro. Y'all still got this Drake on repeat? Cause I don't.
Yeah, you hating.
I fought with Lemon
Big
Pepper.
hater.
Lemon Pepper first
Big,
time.
big hater.
I'm
What's
not
next,
hating.
crazy?
That's what's next. I
What's
really
next,
liked
crazy?
it. I really liked what's next.
That was
And
number 3 for me.
I feel you. I feel like what's next. He put 3 out, but he just let the people pick like what's a single, what's gonna be the single, and like I feel like he did. I don't know if like the 2-pack with God's Plan and Diplomatic Community is the same thing, because I feel like we knew God's Plan was gonna be that one. You know what I'm saying?
The last Scary Hours, were any of those songs in his upcoming albums? Do you remember?
I don't remember off top.
The last Scary Hours was God's Plan and Diplomatic, right?
I can't remember.
You the Drake fan?
Put it up on your phone.
Let me see.
Bro, I want to say it's just a 2-pack. But in that 2-pack, God's Plan made it, so God's Plan went to the album. But I feel like 1 or 2 of those songs might make it off the album. I mean,
Those might be his honorable mentions that
it
he's
was
like.
God's Plan and Diplomatic Community.
So-
Those might be like his little miscellaneous ones he put out. Just be like, all right, which one they fuck with? I'm gonna put on that.
That's what
album.
I'm saying. So I rock with it. I mean, it's something to hold me, but I'm just still like, bro, why you ain't dropped the album yet? Because you been had this mug done since whatever, or you know what I'm saying? You supposed to drop it in January.
Well, I think
And then you missed the mark because you could have dropped it on Valentine's Day.
I think the reason he didn't is because he wants to tour, right? Didn't he say he wanted to tour after he dropped the album, and he can't due to COVID? So I think he's waiting for like the COVID
You better get on
shit
Zoom with it.
to blow over, and then he's trying to
That'd
catch
be
the wave.
sick. That'd be
Like he's trying to catch the wave of
cringy.
when COVID dies down, you know, concerts open back up, so that way he can drop the album and then go on tour. Just imagine, bro. Okay, just imagine. The pandemic's been happening a very long time. Okay, people have been stuck inside, doing not that much. Right? They barely go out. Like they're all inside. People barely go to the movies now. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you're starting to see the finish line. COVID's about to go away, and Drake comes out with a new album, and boom, he announces he's going on tour immediately after. Like you don't think that's gonna
and
be like
he goes
the most,
on one whole mass super spreader, whole bunch of COVID breakouts, and the rest of the tour has been postponed.
Drake got COVID.
Then what?
They be like, damn.
But no, okay, but think from like a marketing standpoint, you don't think like he would wait for that? That would be the best opportunity. I mean, okay,
But think about how much of a flop that would be if it's like, yep, cancel, like tour canceled.
I don't know
True.
because Drake
but
Drake
the Weeknd
is gonna
plans on
do
doing it in
massive
January.
numbers anyway. Drake is gonna do massive numbers anyway.
But he
Like,
wants to
the
push
money
the
that
hype.
I get it. But bro, drop the tape. don't even talk about it then. Just be like certified on the way. Don't give us a date. Miss the mark, be like, oh, knee surgery. The hell that got to do with it, bro? It ain't like you
Press the button,
It ain't like
nigga.
you going and doing these promo runs or promo
Press
tours.
the motherfucking
You know what I'm
button,
saying?
nigga.
Tell
Post
your
it.
team to get it out. You know what I'm saying? And let that shit circulate in the atmosphere because nigga, it's time. Like I don't get it. All these big acts and music is just like holding on to their clips, and I get it. Like put some out, but bro, it comes at a certain point in time where it's like, okay, it's been too long. And I ain't even like the biggest Drake fan, but I just know like people been waiting, and
Okay, it's not that big of a deal.
I've been waiting. I need
it's,
the album.
It's not that big of a deal. I mean, when he drop it, he drop it. Drake has dropped so much music, it's not even funny. I am fine circulating through all his old shit. He has so much music, it's not even funny. His catalog is absolutely crazy.
I just think he should
Absolutely
drop
crazy.
that shit. I feel like the tour is a valid point, but I feel like it's not enough to be like, I'm gonna sit on this certified lover boy.
What's your anime show you like?
Attack on Titan. Well, I like a lot.
So
of them.
AOT, that's what you called it.
Yeah.
Just imagine them niggas being like, "Hey, bro, new season on the way, dropping on Monday." And then Monday come and be like, "Hey, my bad, y'all. We got some shit going on. We gonna drop it soon though." You gonna be pissed.
Yeah, the writer,
I mean-
the screenwriter had a slip and fall. He's been out of the studio. Just we'll get to it.
Yeah, I mean, but okay, that's kind of different though.
How?
Because you have two pieces of content, right? One is two pieces of content that you digest. One is a formulated story that follows an actual timeline where you want to know the beginning, middle, and end and everything that happens as well as the conclusion. And then you have a piece of music that you listen to and digest that really just fits into your life wherever you want it to fit into. You know what I mean? So for any type of content that you watch and digest that has a story, like Snowfall, Power, Game of Thrones, you can't do that. Like, yeah, of course people are going to get pissed because they are already invested into the story and they need the next piece now, immediately. The more you push it back.
I argue that Drake pieces, although music is definitely digestible and palatable in a different way, that I definitely agree with you because it's two different mediums and two different channels. Drake's music is like up there. It's like Beyonce music. It's like Prince music. It's like Drake music. Like he's up there with them names. So it's like, okay, like I ain't never seen Beyonce like Terry with an album and be like, oh well, yeah, it's done, and then not drop it. Like she's the one to just drop that thing with no promo type thing. And I know Drake's done that with like, if you're reading this, it's too late and things like that. So I'm just like, I don't get what's holding you back from just dropping it, like unless he's going back and making whole new tracks or like something happened, he got his heart broken recently. Because I mean,
he could be like how we gonna know?
After I seen him crying in the stew, I said it's ready, it's primed, drop it. Like after I said, oh bro was crying for real in the stew. I said what he was on. He was crying with a heart in his head.
The heart, yeah.
I said,
the heart
hell
part,
no.
The heart part.
Don't tell me it's hard. Grown
Heart
ass
part.
man with a heart in his head. Tell me that's hard, and I'll tell you a fool.
Okay, look. All I'm gonna say is,
Tell me that's hard.
all I'm gonna say is, the dudes who are trying to get that heart part need to stop because most of them. First off, I feel like only Drake.
First
can
of
pull off
all,
something
Drake
like that.
ain't even crank.
But look.
Trey, what you think, bro? Hold on, cause I feel like
No.
I feel like
You
you
good.
I feel like you for it. I'm against it. We need a
Whoa,
tiebreaker.
I didn't even say I'm for it.
Nah, you kind of. We asked your ass, and you
Well,
was
no,
very
no.
hesitant to
No,
say
he
yeah or
came out
no.
caping. He came out with a cape.
No. All I'm saying is,
I'm on you, Drake. I got you.
Is that Drake is like that type of dude who can get away with stuff like that. Like even when we was watching the video, like you was making fun of him. You was saying like how some shit he do is corny and shit, but he get away with that. Like he's like he's like a corny dude with extreme clout, right? Like he literally calls his shots, but he does shit and
Like Tom Brady.
and he probably knows, like he probably knows he's a little goofy and there's nothing wrong with that. He probably plays on it, you know what I mean? So bro, I bet you he know what he doing, like, cause there's not everyone gets heart parts in their head, you know what I mean? Like who does that? You know what I mean? Like that's a Drake only thing. You know what I mean? Like you can't. No one else is going to do that. No one else is going to do that. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if you pick it up when I'm putting him down, but yeah, it's basically something that's unique to him. But on anyone else, I say it's ugly, 100%. But on him, it suits him. You know, that's how Drake is. That's how he's not a serious dude. He's not a dude that does things in a serious manner. Like he's goofy. Like look at all his content. You know, all together. Like he's like a goofy dude who does, you know, goofy things sometimes. Does some corny things sometimes. Like that's how it is.
I get what
you know
you're
what I
saying.
mean?
For a minute,
Like,
I thought you were trying to say he was a trendsetter. I was like, shit. You know he King Jock.
Oh,
Like
dang.
that. You don't even get me started on Drake. But I definitely agree with you. I don't want to see no more grown ass man with damn hearts in their head. Oh, I did have one question though. Serious question. Why Baby washed that man on his own on his 3-pack?
I think he set it up.
Baby washed him.
He set it up for Baby to
Lil
have
Baby
a nice verse.
washed him.
Okay, it wasn't like a washing.
No, it
bruh.
was a washing.
Okay, y'all had me lost at first. I know
it
what
was
we're
a
talking about now.
washing.
Yeah, okay.
On
look,
Wants and Needs, Lil Baby
Lil Baby
took
ran
Drake. They had a
Lil Baby ran
one-on-one. And Lil Baby can't hoop. but Lil Baby put a triple double on Drake head that for that particular.
You don't
context.
feel like Drake set it up? Drake went in slow as hell. Like as soon as I heard Drake come into the song, I was like, Lil Baby gonna go hard because he literally set it up to where he goes slow in the beginning, and then boom, Lil Baby comes in, he going hard from the very beginning. His first line, I'm from the 4, but I love me a threesome. D on my deleted, she my little secret. Like, bro, immediately he came in, bro, like off that shit. Yeah. Like Drake, it was like an alley, bro. Like, I don't think it was a wash. I think he was like setting him up for success, bro.
In the setup, you can still get washed.
How can you get washed? You setting your man up for success. What you mean,
bro? All right.
That's like you setting the fucking pick and getting your ass ran over just so they can get to the bucket.
If you had 7 points and 8 assists, right, and the role player for this particular context, because it's a feature now. This is Drake now. This is Drake, right? This is like LeBron level with a co-star. This man comes out, puts up 40 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists, and you just like, yeah, I ain't get washed. Like comparative, like if I'm talking about their level of plays for this particular record or this particular game, I'm like, oh yeah, he went hella hard. Like maybe he was setting him up, or maybe he wanted him to be the prime option, but in doing so, he outperformed the hell out of this man. Because I know Drake can, when Drake go in, Drake can go in. If Drake, you know what I'm saying?
But you saying on the whole 3-piece.
No, I'm just saying for this.
Oh, for that song.
For this song, why? No, yeah, he got bodied.
Project, no, yeah, you're saying that like it overshadows everything else on the project.
No. I'm saying that whenever there's a feature, bro, and I don't know, and I know I'm not the only one. I don't know if y'all do this, but when music drop and there's a feature on something and it's 2 big names, I'm like, all right,
this gotta go.
Who? No, it's gotta go. One, who did who? Like, who went harder? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like
on like Future and Uzi's, like when I was listening to the album, I was like, okay, who went harder on this song? Because there was some songs Uzi did get Future. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's like my natural inclination is who outperformed who on this track, not more so this artist made a conducive track and found a beat and picked it for this guy. It was more of like, okay, because whenever he sent it, you know what I'm saying, it was probably already done. Drake was like, yeah, I did something with this. I'm going to see what Baby can do on it. You know what I'm saying? Baby's like, man, I'm finna Drake hit me for the verse. I feel like Baby had not his back against the wall because there ain't no pressure for him to rap, but it was just like, I got to go hard. Drake sent me the pack. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, in the process of doing all that, I feel like he got washed.
Okay. I feel like, go ahead. All
right. So just knowing how Drake is, because we put him on the stature of like, you know, a big artist like Beyonce, Jay-Z, like up there. When people just say like you said, like Drake music, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I feel like Drake, if he really wanted to like shine on that track, he would have. Because how I'm thinking about it is like, maybe I don't think Lil Baby outperformed him on the track. I feel like Drake just didn't do as much as he could have did to like outperform Lil Baby, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it was a competition, but I feel like if Drake would have got that back and had the same mindset that you had, like, damn, this nigga Baby like ran my ass on this hoe. Pause. But if he heard, like, he would be like, I gotta get back in the booth and I gotta write some other shit because I can't just have him show me up, especially before I had this album come out. You know what I'm saying? Or he could have heard it and been like, okay, bet, let me put out this Lemon Pepper freestyle to get, like, you know, put Rick Ross on. Let me put out this shit with Baby real quick because it's a hard song. It's not going to be on the album, but he went crazy on it. So let me just put this out real quick, you know what I'm saying? And then that what next, that was like his main shit, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if he really wanted to, it was probably some shit where he was like, yeah, I'm going to let him have this, so, you know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, I thought Drake like went crazy on it. That was one of my favorite songs on it.
He did. And and here's another thing, because I want to piggyback off what you said, but I also want to bring up another point, because what Trey said is very true, makes a lot of sense. But I want to bring up another point. Trey thinks Drake ran that hoe. You think Lil Baby ran that hoe. They both ran that hoe. Another song we can use as an example is Renegade. A lot of people think Eminem dragged Jay-Z on that track. Now, we talked about this before. Me and you don't think that. We think Jay-Z ran that hoe, but a lot of people think otherwise. Now, in my opinion, I think it goes against the whole meaning of having a feature if y'all try to make it into a competition. I think you are literally like collaborating because both of your sounds sound better when together, or sound unique when together, and it makes a unique sound and you get a unique song out of it, right? So you want to bring it together and you want to make something that you both couldn't make on your own. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like to look at it as a competition, like, oh, this person ran this person, someone's always going to take the L in the song. You know what I mean? And I feel like for features, for the most part, that's not how it is. You know, it's more about collaboration rather than competition. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I definitely think it's more of like collaboration than competition. But I do think when somebody like Jay-Z's not gonna let somebody run him on the track. There's certain people that's not gonna let them run them on the track. So
there's always that underlying competition. You know?
Yeah, like, bro, I'm still big bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that this was that in this case, but I do think that whenever you have a case of somebody like Drake and Baby, I think that I don't really know how to say it, but I don't know, bro. I just think that Baby should have just, or Drake should have just went harder on that thing, because whenever I hear a feature, bro, here's how I'm really trying to break it down. Whenever I hear a feature, whenever I hear two people on a song, whenever I hear the song first through in its entirety, if I get hyper for one part than the other, because there's been features where the main person goes first and then the feature goes, and I'm like, dang, the feature didn't hit. And there's been times where, you know what I'm saying, the main person go first, and I'm like, okay, and then the feature going, I'm like, oh, what the? And that's what that was with Drake and Baby, and I had that, oh shit, I want to run it back and hear what Baby had to say.
Mm-hmm. But doesn't that make the whole song like even better?
No. Because I don't be caring. Like, when I turn that song on, I don't be caring what Drake got to say. Like, maybe I got to go back and listen to it some more. But, like, from the times I listen to it, I'll be like, okay, just let because I'm letting you just get your stuff off. Or sometimes I'll just skip. Like, I'll dead ass just skip and be like, I just want to hear Baby part.
This nigga just
do you think,
bro. He just be hating.
So do you think,
but on Back in Blood, for example, on Back in Blood, like, I go to the Dirk part. Like, I'm not saying Pooh Shiesty ain't get him, but I'm just saying, like, Dirk part is Dirk part. Like, that shit's just crazy. Like, but go ahead.
Shit, I don't forget.
He was dissing on my cousin.
Zoned out what I was saying.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's what I was saying. So if Lil Baby got that beat by itself, do you think if he like made up his own chorus and all shit, he would have made a better song than what they made together? Because I feel what you were saying, because it's like his verse and shit, like, it was real good. It sounded real good on the song and shit. But if it was anybody else, or if it was himself that led him up to that point on that same beat and all that shit, would it sound as good as Drake leading him into that verse? Because it's just like if, like, with Kanye and Jay-Z, when they was making music together, them going back and forth, like Jay-Z rapping and then Kanye coming like backdooring them, you be like, damn, that shit crazy. Like, they sound good together. So when Drake's there, he knows the type of rapper Lil Baby is. He's like, all right, Ben, I'm gonna take the calm approach, and I know when he come on this, he gonna go crazy. And it's just like the transition, you know what I'm saying? And that's what changes everything.
That's exactly how, when you listen to the song, bro, like, you can tell Drake is literally setting it up for literally, like, as soon as I heard him start speaking, I was like, oh, Lil Baby about to kill it. I already know. Yeah. Because Drake's coming in slow, the beat's hot, Lil Baby gonna come on, he gonna kill it. I already know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I knew.
And my question was just making me think, like, okay, if it was any other way, like if Lil Baby had the whole beat, like, could he have brought himself up to that verse and it still have hit you the exact same way as it would have before? Like, I'm pretty sure when you have heard it on the same beat and shit, you'd be like, damn, that was a bar and all that stuff. But, like, you probably wouldn't have had that same built up energy that you've had transitioning through the entire song, all leading up to his verse that, like, Drake kind of had you on. Because you listen to Drake, then you hear that switch up and, like, the different type of flow coming from Baby, like, oh shit, it makes it hit harder. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was him rapping the entire song, by the time you get to that point, it might just be like, okay, yeah, that was a bar, that was tough. The song good, it sound good, you know what I'm saying? But we'll never know. We don't know what he would end up making. But
I feel you. It's a valid point. It's definitely a valid point.
Damn, we was getting deep.
I just feel like you be hating, but it's okay.
That's not me hating, bro.
Nah, it's okay, bro.
That's literally not me hating at all. Because I was just talking to you about how he need to drop his music and how his music on Drake and beyond. I mean, Jay-Z and all them people level. So I was hating.
I just think Kendrick he got. Kendrick need to drop a tape. It's been too long.
I would sound like a hater with this one. I don't care what he gotta say.
Kendrick one of them.
Bro. I know what he gotta say is great, bro. But it's just like I told you. I already think I talked about this experience at a concert.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even finna rehash that.
Oh yeah, we already talked about that on.
He anti Mad City.
Yeah, honestly, can you link that shit? Can you like link the podcast where he talked about that?
Yeah, I'll probably put that shit down. I could probably do
because, bro, or like put the little clip of the story. Cause yeah, he was not having it with Kendrick. He was not having it.
he was pissed.
He was over it, bro.
No, yeah, but like J. Cole,
The way you look
like
at
J. Cole and
Kendrick,
Kendrick, them people are so mysterious. Go ahead.
no, the way you look at Kendrick, that's how I look at J. Cole. Like I'm sorry, bro, but J. Cole fans are so.
I'll be looking at both of them like that.
Bro, J. Cole fans are so vanilla. Like, vanilla, no sprinkles, bro. Like, they are just, I don't know, bro.
So,
like,
y'all don't like, my bad, excuse me.
No,
so,
you
y'all
good, you
don't
good.
like them because of their fans? Or is it something about their music or just the artist in general that makes you dislike them?
It's a dulling concept with their music, I think. That
So-
it is something that just makes you kind of be like, bro, if I'm not like in a I don't know what type of mood of like higher understanding and deeper rap and actually wanting to understand and pick apart every nuance of the beat and the song and everything and actually turn my thinking music on. Like, if I just want to hear some hard shit, I'm not gonna put them on. But if I want to listen to like some great music and I want to go about my day in a way that's like, cause like sometimes I base my day on like what I want to hear, bro. If I want to hear some Jay-Z shit, if I'm like hustling, if I got a lot of shit to do, I want to put on play some Jay-Z type shit. If I like, damn, I'm like trying to like have fun today and like go crazy, I'm listening to some Future, some Gunna. So I don't know. I just feel like it for the mind frame that their core group comes from. Like I just feel like it's more of like upper echelon, and it's like, damn, you really got to understand rap, and you really got to be like a great big fan of like rap as the art to like really gravitate to them. And I'm not saying, because they have, you know, low level fans and low information fans, but I just feel like their music is just like harder to digest. That's how
harder
How
to
is it
digest.
harder to digest when they're...
Way
Go
harder
ahead.
to
Go
digest. And I want to preface this by saying,
How's it not?
I'm going to comment on it. Go
no,
ahead.
no, but I love Kendrick. I know you don't like Kendrick, but I love Kendrick. Kendrick's one of my favorite artists ever. But I do think he gets pulled in with J. Cole a lot because he is a little bit hard to digest. Like, how much a dollar cost. Like, everyone missed the silver lining with that song. You know what I'm saying? Because they just listen to him and Kendrick popping off and Kendrick doing his thing. He rapping. People don't even listen to what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's basically saying, like, your gratitude and your gracious deeds and what you give back to the world is like what grants you a passage to heaven, right? Like how good of a person you are, you know what I'm saying, type stuff. Like that's what he's talking about in that song. People don't even get that sometimes, you know what I mean?
That's what he was saying. He believes.
Well, no,
That's what he was
but
saying, like,
it was
that was
like
the gist of the song.
it was an analogy. I mean,
Yeah, it's basically like how much a dollar costs is like how hard you have to work to make $1 in the world. Kind of equates out to how hard you have, not how hard you have to work, but what you have to do going through life to get to like heaven, like the end goal.
So how is that not more or harder to digest?
well, no, I'm agreeing with you.
No, I'm asking
it
you.
is harder.
I'm really
to
asking
digest.
Trey. I'm really asking
So
Trey.
Yeah.
me, like when it comes to me, like I like listening to both of them. I'm not a super big J. Cole fan. I'm more of a Kendrick fan. But me, I mean, I'm just like you, how you are with Future and them. Like you'll listen to something, you'll hear a bar, you'll run it back and all that shit. Because me, I can listen to like podcasts, ebooks, shit like that while I'm riding because I like to, like, I mean, when I drive, I kind of daze off and like stargaze, kind of like get in my own little world, but I'm still paying attention while I'm driving. But I can really like, I like to imagine shit. I like visual representation when people are talking to me. That's how I am a visual learner, you know what I'm saying? So when I hear them talking, I can map out literally like everything they're saying in my head. So like Kendrick, Joyner Lucas, all those type of rappers, Mir Fontaine, and everybody was like a very like storyteller type rapper. It's a lot easier for me to digest rather than just, you know, listen to a song where niggas saying the same thing over and over again with the beat slapping and the shit. Like the song be good, like it goes hard, but it's just like you said, if you want to turn up and shit like that, I'll put that on. But if I'm in the car riding around, like going to work or just chilling or just like really any type of like mood, I can put them on and be like, all right, cool. I can sit here, I can vibe to the beat, and I can actually sit here and listen to the song and listen to the lyrics and just see the story that they're telling and be like, fuck, like this is what he was talking about. Just like you said, with how much a dollar costs. Like you sit there and you actually listen to it and you're just like, damn, this is what he was talking about. And after I did that with the first couple of songs, I know when I put him on or Kendrick on or really anybody on, I listen to what they're saying. Like it's like second nature now because that's just how it was beforehand. And that's what makes me like the songs. Like I like songs that other people don't like because I know what they mean. You know what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're
do
saying.
that.
I get
You gotta
exactly
do
what
that.
you're saying, and I agree with you. And it's like definitely visual, and they definitely have those storyteller stories like that. What's that song? Wet Dreams and shit like that. But what I was saying by digestible and palatable is when he says something, or those rappers of that ilk say something, they be saying double and triple and quadruple entendres and shit that just go over your head. Whether it's gonna, like, I spent $100,000 on clothes, took the top off, did it. That's way easier to digest than just like the content that's like, damn, you thinking like, let me hear this back, or let me like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, like you really saying some stuff right now. Like I gotta slow down, bro. Like hold on, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. Not more so of like it don't create that visual, or like it's not like something you can listen to and understand. But like I'll understand it, but I'm like I feel like when everything they say is intentional, like they don't say any word for no reason. Like, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? There's not a word that they have on there that they're like, damn, this is like structured in a way that's like gonna hit, or like a genius lyric is gonna have like a whole ass paragraph about this, as opposed to like.
You say that because you literally look at the lyrics.
That's what I was thinking, bro, too.
Like, if anything, I feel like you would be the person who would digest that type of content more. Because you literally like I don't even do that.
I don't listen to them.
Watch the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's different between watching them and like clicking on each bar on Genius lyrics. When I really want to understand something, I'll go on Genius and click bar for bar and actually read what people are saying about. If I just want to know what they're saying so I can rap that shit and learn the words, I'm gonna go on Apple Music and let it go like to the cadence of the song. You know what I'm saying? So like me just reading something, I may not gain as much of an understanding as just me reading it on Apple Music and going to Genius and really saying, what do other people have to say, or what are other people's understandings, or what are their sentiments from what they're trying to say? Because I don't really know, like, if they say something about this old ancient person, or if they say like something like this back in the day, I'm like, what was that back in the day? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, but if I read that shit, I could read that word. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but back to what you were saying about just digesting the music in general, I feel like it's a lot harder. I feel like the reason why I say it's easier to digest their music is because, for example, Wet Dreams, because you had brought that song up before. J. Cole, he got the song, it's called Wet Dreams, got the visual for it and all that shit, like the music video. And when you listen to it, you're like, okay, it's called Wet Dreams. He's telling a story, you're going along with it, and like it's kind of just like watching a movie, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that like Future and all these rappers don't do that, because obviously whatever you title your song got to be about. But majority of the time, it's like,
unless you're Young Nudie,
majority of the time they'll rap about that shit, like they're in the chorus or whatever they're talking about, like drinking and smoking. You know what I'm saying? It's like they had this chorus for that shit. Had this chorus for that shit. But while they're rapping during the verses, they might not be talking about drinking and smoking the entire time. They might be talking about some other shit, like pulled up in like a Lambo or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like different type of shit like that, to where it's like when you're listening to it, you're like, oh, that was a bar, this was a bar, but it's not. There's no type of like structure telling the story of what the title of the song is. So when I put their song on, he might be rapping about something totally different than what the title is. So that's why sometimes I'll be with you and you'll be like, hey, you heard this song before? I'll be like, or you'll name a song, you'll be like, hey, I played it in the car before plenty of times. Or when we had this function, like they played it, I'll be like, damn, I might have heard it, but I don't know like the title to that hoe. And then when I listen to it, I'll be like, oh yeah, I've heard this before. And I look at the title and I'll be like, oh shit, I would have never found that hoe.
You're like, what does that have to do with what?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
song?
That's why with them, I just feel like it's very straightforward. It's like, all right.
I just think we had two different perspectives of digestible. Because I'm thinking digestible of, at face value, I understand what you're saying. Like when these rappers say what they say, although like it may not be structured in a way that like tells a story and goes flow for flow, but like if I like pause it, what did they say? Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, I know exactly what they talking about. More oftentimes than not, unless you Future and say some shit like, I mean Hermes, but like he could say like some shit that's on the way that I don't know about, and I'm like, damn, what is he talking about? But I'm saying like if J. Cole or like Kendrick said something, and I'm like, dang, like that shit was deep. Like, what is they talking about? Or like they said something like from a historical time that I never heard about, or something like that. Like where you get what they're saying, you can go along with it, but I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about, like in terms of like vocabulary or historical person or whatever, because they like to incorporate people and like stuff like that into their music. So like
shit, not
enlightening shit to where you just like, whoa, like I didn't know that. So that's what I meant by like. I just think you mean of like from like a storytelling thing, and I'm just thinking of more like lyrical digestion and what are they actually trying to say, more sort of like what they're actually saying.
I just feel like with the type of person you are with your music, like if you were listening to them, you'd be like, damn, like what he saying? You'll go back and just like how you be digesting their lyrics, and you're like, you can take it at face value.
Question: whose music is more digestible to you, Future or Jay-Z's?
Jay-Z.
I'd say
Jay-Z can sit there and be like talking about being on the block and all that shit, like because I feel like they're saying like this is what's going on. I'm out here. There's a what, there's a when, there's a why. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they're rapping, but with Future, it's like, fuck, this beat go hard. I'm gonna call this shit codeine crazy. And he just on that bitch codeine crazy like the whole time, and then he talking about sipping codeine, but the other time he's talking about like fucking hoes and doing all this crazy shit. But it's not about that the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but if I'm
this
seeing,
this really like the first episode we done argued through. The whole
I know, bro. Like
we
we
already
was
at the end of
going
this,
crazy. We was going
for
crazy,
real.
man.
That was a good little topic.
Like we literally just got lost and we were just flowing. But I like it. But yeah, you know.
Yeah. We're going to be back with another one.
It's about that time.
You already know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell on.
Appreciate y'all, man. This number 7, ain't it?
6.
Big 6. 16.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Drake.
Peace.
It's been real.
Peace.